This video is about functional group chemistry. The keyword in the question is the type of reaction that is color-coded by the arrows in this diagram. So the concept of this question is identify types of reaction. There are 4 types of reaction. 1. Addition. 2. Substitution. 3. Oxidation. And 4. Condensation. First up is the addition. So the name tells us that it's an adding of a molecule or multiple molecules, and it's also a saturation of an unsaturated molecule. So that means the reactants need to be an unsaturated molecule, so either an alkene or an alkyne, because the double or triple bond will allow more room for multiple atoms to be added on. So an example of an unsaturated molecule can be an ethene molecule. So here's the drawing of it, and the double bond will be broken and more atoms can be attached to it. And so the double bond will be broken, allowing, in this example, hydrogens to attach to it and create ethane. And so in this particular example, hydrogen gas is one of the reactants. Next up is substitution, and from the name it means a replacement of an atom that it's already bonded to the molecule. Reactant would be a saturated molecule, so an alkane, because if it's fully saturated, each of the atoms can be replaced, because in the scenario when it's unsaturated, it would prefer the addition reaction. And so in this example, let's use ethane. And so one of the hydrogen will be replaced. Let's say the hydrogen is replaced by a halogen. And so in this example, let's use chlorine. And once it's replaced, it will create a chloroethane. Thirdly is oxidation. And oxidation doesn't necessarily mean an addition of oxygen, but it also means there are more bonds created to the oxygen atom. Reactant can be an alcohol because there is one bond to oxygen, and so let's use an example of ethanol. So ethanol, the molecule is said to be oxidized, and the single bond between carbon to oxygen will be changed to a double bond, so carbon double bond to oxygen, and there will be a loss of hydrogen, and it will result in the product of ethanol. Lastly is the condensation reaction. And so the word condense also means like to compact, and so it's like a compacting of 2 molecules into one. And because of that, it will also produce a byproduct of water. The reactants will require 2 molecules, so an alcohol and a carboxylic acid, to produce the product of ester and water. So here we have an ethanoic acid and ethanol, and I just flipped ethanol around for better visualization. And so what happened is the bond highlighted in green bond together, and the H and OH will actually be removed and create water. So as the product, we get ethyl ethanoate that looks like this, and water as well. So going back to the question, so let's first determine addition. So remember, addition starts off with an unsaturated molecule, so the alkene right here, and it will be saturate, or it will be added on with more atoms to create, for example, alkane, so an adding on of hydrogen, or other example, it can add on halogen as well as hydroxyl group to create alcohol. So the red arrows are addition reaction. Next is substitution, and substitution starts off with a saturated molecule, which is an alkane right here. And one of the hydrogen can be replaced by a halogen to create haloalkane. And another example is that halogen can be replaced by a hydroxyl group to make alcohol. So the blue arrows are substitution. And thirdly is oxidation. So remember, we need a bond to an oxygen, a single bond to oxygen, which is alcohol. And you can see how the green arrow leads to molecule with double bond to oxygen. So green arrows are oxidation. Lastly is condensation. So condensation will definitely be the purple arrow, the last one. And remember, it's not addition, but it's a combination of alcohol and carboxylic acid to make an ester. So the purple arrows is condensation.